What's up, nerds? My name is Steve from Flipping the Nerd, and this is a random, mostly horror haul, showing off thing. Let's just call it horror haul because I have those numbered, so I think this is horror haul number 3, maybe 4, I'm not sure. So let's just go through it. Basically, I went shopping a couple places. I went to something called the Ottawa Geek Market, which is like a garage sale just for geek stuff. So I have tons of stuff from there. And some things I picked up a little while ago. One thing on eBay. Just little things I want to kind of show to hopefully spur some kind of discussion about these awesome things if you are a fan of the same items. So let's go. And I'll show you what I got. First things first, I've been holding on to these for a while. But I guess I want to show that I, got them and want to kind of plug these two channels because they are awesome channels and I want you to support them. The very first is my good buddy Johnny Tellez, the Hyper Geek. So go check out his channel. Amazing channel. Super awesome dude. I mean, I watch all his videos. Just the most energy possible. Great guy. He has some pins that he's been releasing. So he released 3 pins so far. So you have this one here. Johnny Tellez, the Hyper Geek, with kind of his channel logo right there. And you got his information right there as well if you want to go check him out. Then he released a Goof So Hard pin, which is his face with that kind of face he does on his stuff. And it's a little Instagram thing, so very, very cool there. And finally, he had a variant autographed, might I add, of the Goof So Hard with his Otello, as he called it. He's a big Turtles fan, big Otello fan in particular. And same face, but it's got, that color on it. So very, very cool. So he's got 3 pins. This one's no longer available. There's only a run of 50. Yeah, 50. It's numbered right there, number 27. And these 2 pins. I'm not sure. I know this one for sure is still available. I'm pretty sure this one is too. This one, unfortunately, is not. So go check out his channel. But one day, in December, specifically, I've been doing these giveaways. I'm giving stuff every month. I decided December, the last one, the big one, is I'm going to give away stuff that are either made by or sold by fellow YouTubers. So I actually have a Johnny pin and an extra signed Goof So Hard Otello pin that I got. Actually, Johnny gave me this one, which is really nice of him to put in that box. And I bought an extra Otello one, so I have 2. And that will go in that final box when I do the plugs for everybody's channel. So you'll have a win. You'll have a chance to win this one day in December. So it's far away. I'm going to hold on to it until then. So just so you know, just to keep that in mind. And the other one, another really cool dude, a fellow Canadian, love his channel. It is the Border Geek. So he also has a pin. You have his information there, down there. Another very cool pin. You can't see it, but behind there is a Canadian flag with hockey sticks. I'm a Canadian, and I love hockey, of course, so very, very cool. He's a super, super cool guy, so go check him out. He does have pins still available. I have 35 out of 100. He sold about half, so congratulations. That's awesome. For someone who's been on YouTube for like 2 months, to sell 50 plus pins is just ridiculous. But very cool guy. Go check out his channel. Go get his pin. Go support him. And that's that. So that's for the pins. Now let's get on to the haul. Let's start with some pops. I'm very, very late with the pop game. I don't have a big pop collection, but I decide that I want to focus just on horror, so I can put it in my horror room. If it's outside of horror, it'd have to be really something I really wanted. And this is the only non-kind of horror item in my haul, and that's Buddy the Elf from Elf. I absolutely love the Elf movie. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. I love Christmas. I also have the Christmas Vacation. There's 2 of them. There's Cousin Eddie and Clark Griswold, which I have as well. So he'll go nicely with those 2. So I bought that. It was like super cheap at that auction, at that garage sale fair thing I was talking about. Then this is not technically horror. It's a DC character, Swamp Thing. glow in the dark. PX previews exclusive, whatever that means. I just thought he was cool. He looks horror. Good enough for me. He's going in my horror pops that I'm going to put in this room over here, which is my horror sanctuary. Another one, hated the movie. Absolutely despised this movie. But very cool character. This is Gertrude Eldridge, the first ghost you pretty much see in the movie. I love the women in this movie, but the movie just sucks. The writing is just god-awful. Ugh. But very cool pop. Again, not really horror technically, but she looked horror. That's good enough for me. So there you have it. Now this one is horror. It's a miracle that I didn't have him already. But there you have. They had him cheap there too. So Freddy Krueger, very awesome. I'm sure you've all seen this one. So don't need to show it off too much. Moving on. I've been on a huge Stephen King kick. My wife is trying to get all of the first edition hardcovers, and she's more than halfway there. But when we were there, we noticed that they had a bunch of audio tapes. So we picked them up, stuff like The Gunslinger, which is the first of the Dark Tower series, and Wind Through the Keyhole, another one. Dark Tower 3 is in here, just after the sunset. I'm not going to show them all off, but I thought it would be something to listen to in the car. Her and I are actually going to go to Maine and do a Stephen King tour of a lot of the movie locations and this house and all that kind of stuff. I might actually meet up with Joe Manganiello there, so that would be really cool because it's not like super far from where he is. So that's something that I will definitely film if that happens this summer. Moving on, I gave up looking for this. Now this goes back to my childhood. I used to play a game called Nightmare. If you guys played it, especially you horror fans, it's a game where you put in a VHS and you play a board game, and every once in a while a horror character, which starts off like a clean character and slowly disintegrates to a horror character, will come on screen and give you instructions. And I've always had 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 3. 4, I can never find. I heard that 4 was extremely rare. It was only a limited release and is pretty much impossible to find. I've been looking on eBay. I've been looking on Kijiji, all that kind of stuff. Couldn't find it. Gave up completely. I'm not going to find this thing, or at least for a reasonable price, because it goes for ridiculous prices. Well, I go to this geek fair and boom, $30. The guy obviously didn't know what he had. So there you have it. Nightmare number 4. Not only is it Nightmare number 4, it's actually still sealed. And legit still sealed. Not like just kind of somebody put plastic over it. I could not believe that this was found. Unbelievable. I was so happy. Now I have this collection done. Don't have to look for these anymore. I don't know if I'll ever play it because it's sealed. Time will tell. So we'll see what happens there. This thing, it's not horror, it's not anything. I just thought it was cool for my weekly show. It's an on-air kind of light-up sign. I don't know if you can tell it's lit up, but there you have it. Yeah, I just thought it was cool. And finally, my favorite item that I got personally. So I found this one at the fair. It's a movie I really like. It's a Mezco figure, Edward Scissorhands. So you have Edward right there with his scissor hand, and you have one of the dogs that he grooms looking up at him. I thought this was a really, really cool figure. It was $15, I think. Just in good condition, still in the box. So I thought this is something that will look cool in my kind of horror room here. I looked at, as I do all the time, just out of curiosity, I looked it up on eBay and noticed that there was actually a figure that accompanies it and one that I really wanted. So I went and got that as well on eBay. And it is Vincent Price, the professor, with the hands there. Very, very cool figure. I love Vincent Price. One of my all-time favorite actors. When I was a kid, I used to watch a show called The Hilarious House of Frickenstein. And he was the host of that show, and I just absolutely love him. So there you have it. 2 Edward Scissorhands figures that's my 2 favorite figures. I'm actually going to put them right next to me on the wall here, so you'll probably see him cameo in some future videos. So that's it. Let me know which items you thought were the coolest. Of course, the pins. I mean, come on, it's goofing so hard. And the Border Geek. And go check out their channels. I'm telling you, they are the coolest guys ever. But if you watch my videos, good chance you watch their videos too. But go check them out. Let me know what you thought. Did you play Nightmare as a kid? Are you still collecting pops? Is that still a thing? Do these count as horror? I think they do, right? Are you a big Stephen King fan? Hit me up on that. I'm a huge Stephen King fan as well. So that's it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all on the flip side. Goodbye.